In this video, I'll share why I recently sold virtually all of my stocks to buy Tesla. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Greatness Everyday YouTube channel where I make videos that challenge you to upgrade your mindset, your money, and more. So to find out when those videos come out, please go down, click the subscribe button, and tap the bell to be notified when that happens. Today we're talking about something that people either love to talk about or love to hate on, and that is talking about Tesla stock and some of the reasons why. In fact, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I recently sold most of my portfolio and now have over 90% of my growth portfolio investments in Tesla stock. So I'm going to give you those reasons why here in just a second, but I want to just invite you, if this video helps you, hit the thumbs up button, and if you have any questions or concerns, drop them down below. Today, I want to start out by talking about the very first reason why I went ahead and put my investments into Tesla. And without a doubt, I've talked about this here on my channel a lot. I know that. If you're a regular follower or subscriber, you've watched these and you know what I'm going to talk about here. But I definitely believe that if Tesla did not share the similar values that I have in my life, if it wasn't a growth company, if it wasn't a company I believe was going to disrupt the world in a positive way to bring about positive and good change moving forward, or definitely didn't have the same values that I did and do have as a person, then I wouldn't be making an investment with this company. That's one of the first principles that I have through investing, is I have to make sure that the values I have in my life are aligned with the values of the companies and the platforms that I make investments with. So without a doubt, that's the first thing we have to talk about. And for the second reason, we have to jump over to our charts, because I want to show you some technical analysis that I believe last week when I made this decision presented itself at basically the best time possible if we look at some technical analysis and some historical trends. So let's jump over to that right now. And you're going to see back here where my mouse is, in 2020, the year started out very well. And obviously we had a great rise into 2021. We've had another significant rise up to where we currently are right now. And if you don't know anything or much about these candlestick charts, these chart patterns, basically what happens here is the green means the price has increased over a period of time, and the red means the price has decreased over a period of time. So that's the basics. We want to see green candles if we're looking at our assets going up, and if we're looking at buying, the best time to buy is on a red candle. So that's a little quick overview of good times to buy and good times to sell. But what I want to talk about here are these horizontal bars, or these horizontal lines that I've drawn here on our chart. And you're going to see a few of these because historically Tesla has kind of followed a pattern that I saw last week presenting and revealing itself. And that's one of the reasons why I went ahead and made this investment, because I felt that the technical analysis and the historical patterns and also kind of the vision moving forward for Tesla was telling me that it was a good time to do this. So let's jump into some of the reasons why that kind of worked for me at this time. At the end of 2019, we had Tesla's price running up, and then it established an all-time high where you can see my mouse right here. With this all-time high, maybe I can go ahead and just move things around. With this all-time high, once it dipped down, you're going to see it moved back through the all-time high, and then that now became a resistance. And yes, the price might come down a little bit, but you're never going to see the price come below into this space here after that all-time high has been passed and established as a resistance point. So that was an interesting thing for me to see. You're going to see it move up again as time went on. It established a new local all-time high. It dipped below, and then when it pushed past that bar, which represents the previous all-time high, that became a resistance point. And you're going to see that the cool thing about resistance points is, again, this price for Tesla never fell below this space. Okay, you're going to see really interesting. The price went up, the price came down exactly to this resistance point, and I just threw these lines down pretty quickly so they could be a little bit more accurate, but the point proves here. It came down, touched this resistance point, and shot off. And what we could actually look at, we can calculate the actual value increasing from here, the resistance point, up to the next all-time high, and it was like 165%. So that's a great gain. You're more than doubling your money over this period of time. And that's what obviously we want to see when we come to making good, solid investments. We want to see our money increasing in value. So that is one of the things I've noticed, that we've kind of had these all-time highs become resistance points, and then from there the price would come down to the resistance point and then shoot up, which is obviously what we want to see. Moving over to this line here, we're going to see that we established an all-time high, it dipped beneath, and then it went up, broke this all-time high. So now, as we've kind of looked at those last two trends, this all-time high now becomes a resistance point. And what we're going to see is where we are right now. Let's expand this out a little bit here. We broke through that all-time high, and we now have a resistance point. Kind of at this point was when Elon Musk announced that he was going to be going ahead and selling his shares to pay something like $11 billion, or exactly what the number is, I don't know. And there was a big sell-off in taxes for Elon Musk. I should finish that point. But there was a big sell-off over the past few weeks into where we are right now. And then last week, we saw this happen where the price came down to that resistance point and it bounced. And I actually went ahead and I purchased on like the 22nd of last week. So if I was to go ahead and look at this right now, let's get into our monthly candles here. And if I scroll down to make this a little bit nicer for you to see, when I would have bought sometime on the 22nd. So let's move into the 22nd here, and to where we currently are right now with our price. I've already made in 5 days like 15%. You can see that today is a red candle, but I've roughly made about 15% or more depending on when I bought in on the 22nd. So obviously right now, this has already been a good return on my investment just in 5 days. I'm a long-term trader, and I should say more of a long-term investor. So that's why I went all in with Tesla. But that's reason number two, because if you look at what the Tesla, the historical information suggests, at least, we've really seen some really key patterns emerge. And I mean, obviously we want to see this happen again. We want to see kind of this price happen where we have an all-time high, it decreases, and then we break through that all-time high, it becomes a resistance and it shoots up. We see that happen here where it goes down, touches resistance, and then it shoots up. So what I'm hoping is right now we're at this point where we had an all-time high established, it comes down and touches that resistance, and then we would love, absolutely love to see it shoot up into this space somewhere over the next year or two, right? So reason number two as to why I went all in with Tesla is the technicals really presented themselves to be the right opportunity to go ahead and do that. So I wanted to make that choice. And then reason number three was, if you have the majority of your stocks in one company or just maybe a couple companies, you can keep your eye on those stocks, on those companies, and really get to know the inner workings of what's happening, right? You're not trying to follow 50 different stocks or 50 different companies to make sure that you understand how their numbers are adding up, how their projections are going to be, who's leading them, the decisions that they've gone ahead and made, and so many other things. But if you own 1, 2, 3 stocks, you can be super focused on those companies. And when I believe kind of the practices that I have, one of the best things that you can do to make money and to grow your wealth is be super focused. So that is the third reason I went ahead last week and sold virtually all of my stocks. I own probably right now 3 with over 90% of my entire growth portfolio in Tesla. And those are some of the reasons that I made those decisions. Do you agree with those? Do you agree with those decisions? Let me know down in the comments. If this video helped you, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to find out when new videos related to helping you upgrade your mindset, your money, and more come out, please go down, click the subscribe button, and tap the bell to be notified when that happens. Thanks for watching. Remember, choose greatness every day, and I'll see you next time.